Hey YouTube, it's a nice sunny day here in the northern Midwest region of the country, and today we're going to do a video on a used car review on a 2016 Corolla LE. 2016 Corolla LE. Gray in color. It is the 1.8 liter regular naturally aspirated engine with 132 horsepower, 128 foot-pounds of torque, and just overall average, general, very reliable Toyota vehicle. These engines are very solid and bulletproof and will last for many more miles than what this current vehicle has on it. This current vehicle is right now got 58,000 kilometers on it. So lots of mileage to go on this car, and the owner, I'm sure, will keep it for quite a number of years. So this car is quite general. It has manual seats here, and I'll show you that when you get in, you have to adjust them manually here, sliding back and forward. You have a height adjustment. Oh, the height adjustment's only on the driver's side. You can do that with the backrest to get your perfect adjustment. This car is equipped with a 4-cylinder engine. It is a CVT transmission with 132 horsepower and 128 foot-pounds of torque. It can do approximately 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 10 seconds. Very reliable vehicle. Very streamlined. Has nice lines. Alright, here we are. We're going to power up the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder engine. So it has just your very basic features of this vehicle, but all functional. We've got your clock right here. You got your infotainment system right here with a touch screen, so you could change your radio station just by touching. You can go into setup mode with voice. It'll recognize your voice, and you can just say whatever you want to turn on certain things. You got a nice display. You can adjust your color brightness, your contrast, and also your camera. Now the camera is just for your reverse. Right here has a reverse backup camera, which is very handy these days to be very safe. There is no sonar monitoring for the reverse camera as well. So we'll go back. It has Bluetooth, which you can pair up with an iPhone or an Android and be able to drive hands-free. And along with that, we've got all the controls on the steering wheel. And you can even control your radio with your radio buttons here. You can go back here with that as well. And there again, as I said, you can set up a phone on this car. There's vehicle settings, vehicle customization, door lock setting, light settings, etc. But very general, basic. This car also comes with heated seats, high and low, for the northern climates. It has a USB port and an auxiliary port right here, and a great place to store your phone when you're traveling so that you can stay hands-free. It fits right in there. Along with that, there's a cigarette lighter type of power outlet. We've got our traction stability control, and then all the gearing in an automatic vehicle. Now Toyota is a little bit different. You don't just pull back and get into gear. You have to go over get into your gear, neutral, drive, sport, and B. Automatic door locks, power windows, we've got side curtain airbags, we've got driver airbag, passenger airbag. The seats are, like I mentioned earlier, are manual seats. So on the driver's side you can raise it by pumping it up or lowering it down. And again, you can adjust your backrest all manually. Sometimes a manual seat is better than a power seat, just for the case that you can get the exact right position. And I find in power seats, not necessarily will you be able to get that exact position. So again, it's all personal preference. The stereo in here is very general, very basic, but does the job. You've got all your buttons here as well for your CD player and your hazards. This car is equipped with cruise control right here on the steering wheel. You've also got your lights settings with daytime running lights and auto feature as well, so that they turn on automatically. Over here you can't see right now, but there is electronic mirrors that you can adjust, outside mirrors right from inside the vehicle. They're also heated along with the northern package to stay warm. With a horn and turn signals, wipers, turn signals. Yeah, that's about it. Next, what we'll do is we'll show you the seating in the back and the trunk, and then we'll have a look under the hood. Okay, so here I just wanted to show you how much room there is in this back seat. It is actually quite roomy, and you could easily fit 3 adults in here. As you can see, I am 5'11". I have the driver's seat adjusted to where I would be driving, so there is still plenty of room for the knees and plenty of room for 2 other adults to sit in here. In the back here, there's also an armrest with 2 cup holders in it. Very handy. The seats are 60-40 split, and they fold down flat so that you can extend the trunk space a lot more. Next, what we'll do is we'll go into the trunk space and we'll show you how big that is. Here we are is the trunk space, and it's quite large. You could fit probably 3 large suitcases in here. It holds 368 liters of trunk space. And once again, as I mentioned, you can fold the seats down 60-40 split, and they'll be flat to maximize the trunk space that you need. If you need to haul anything longer than a regular suitcase or 2 suitcases, or you probably even put 3 sets of golf clubs in here. Very economical vehicle, very functional, very practical. Let's go around to the front and I'll show you the hood, underneath the hood with the engine. Oh, well used. You can tell there's 58,000 kilometers on this. But this is the engine that runs the CVT transmission. It's there again, a 1.8 liter inline 4 cylinder with 132 horsepower with 128 foot-pounds of torque. I'll just start it up so you can hear it. just going to take this for a little test drive. Put it in drive, and while we go, we are going to stop, and we're going to test the 0 to 100 km/h. The handling on this is actually quite well. It's very sturdy, responsive, and will handle very well and very safely for a family. Toyota's done a really excellent job here by generating this Corolla. They've had it for many years. I don't know exactly how many years per se, maybe 50, something like that. You guys can correct me if you want in the comments below, no problem at all. And I'm just gonna apologize ahead of time for the bumpy road. We're on a gravel road here, but we'll get to a point where I'm gonna stop and we're gonna put it in sport mode and test that out at 0 to 100 km/h. And what I'll do is, because the counter is on the timer for the video, we will count it by that to see if we can actually achieve the 0 to 100 in 60 seconds or not. Or not 60 seconds, 10 seconds, my bad. Anyways, back to Toyota. They've really solidified the engine in this vehicle, because they've been producing this, like I say, probably for close to 50 years, and it is rock solid. So they know exactly what they're doing with all the research and investigation they've put into this vehicle. That's why it's such a popular vehicle. The direct competition for this vehicle would be the Nissan Sentra, the Honda Civic, and I would have to say the Ford Focus sedan. I think this year, though, in 2019, that Toyota has decided to come out with a hatchback version of this. I could be wrong. There again, in the comments below, correct me if I'm wrong. Alright, here we are. We are now out of the little town, and what I'm going to do is 0 to 100 km/h, which is actually 0 to 60 miles. And let's just see. Put it in sport mode. 3, 2, 1. And we are at 100. Very interesting to see how fast that actually was. So, but sport mode is actually pretty peppy. I'm quite impressed with this vehicle. The road noise on this vehicle right now is probably pretty high, because the current owner has got studded tires on this vehicle for this region, as when you get into winter time, you definitely need winter tires. However, he opted to have studded, which gives him just that little bit of extra traction on this course. Anyways, I just want to say a thank you to the owner of this 2016 Corolla, and that this concludes the drive for the 2016 used car review of this Toyota Corolla LE. Thank you very much. Alright, there you have it. That's the 2016 Corolla LE. What a great functional vehicle, and very practical for a family of 4. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and leave comments if you want. I'll respond to all comments that are listed. Thanks for listening to my video. Take care.